Well, Ollie, looks like we've got a nice day ahead of us. You looking forward to catching your first carp, are you?
Yeah.
Now, your dad tells me that you haven't done any coarse fishing before, is that right?
Yes, but I have done some fly fishing before and maggot fishing.
What, with a fly rod as well, have you?
Yeah.
Good. Well, you'll find this carp fishing completely different. Look, you can see the whole lakes from up here. There's the little one where we've just walked round, you can see, from the car. And then that one was dug actually during the last war, and see all the tall trees, it's all overgrown. Yeah. And then this is a new one. This has only been here 3 years, but it's growing up nicely now, and it's already producing some nice sized carp too. Be careful down here because these are rather steep. Okay?
Right.
Here we are now. Look, this is a good spot here. This is the sort of place we look for. You see over there between the islands there, the carp like to move through there. They always move to features, and they do like feeding along that line of yellow lilies. You see there? Look over there, you see? There's some bubbles coming up on the surface. There's a couple of feeding carp there already. So it looks like a good spot. Now be quiet here, okay? Pick up your feet. Don't scuff them. All right? Walk like this, like a chicken, okay? And you put your feet down one at a time, and you won't rustle the gravel, okay? There we are. Put your gear quietly down. Now I think what we'll do is catapult some bait along that lily line there first of all, okay? And then we'll have a good look at the baits and get you kitted up now. Look at all this line here. Right, do you know what that is?
Hemp seed.
That's right, that's right. I'm going to catapult some of that out along those lilies first of all. Right, well I think we put enough of those out, Ollie. They're good bait, those borlotti beans. They're Italian, you see, and they come in a nice thick sauce, and you buy them in a tin like this, only about 30p. They're a great carp bait. In fact, most of these baits that we've got today are what we call particle baits. There's some peanuts, okay? Then we've got some tiger nuts. These are nice. You can have those with salads. Very nutty. Go on, take one and chew it, see what you think. And then we've got some bags of boilies. We fancy some. It's bright, isn't it, those ones? And we've got the hemp seed, of course, to attract them in the first place. And then I wouldn't go anywhere without some luncheon meat. But this is for me, not for you. Well, there we are, Ollie. We've got the buzzers and the rod rest set up, and got a ledger on my rod. And here's your one. Because you're so small, I've cut this rod down. Look, when you hold a rod, you put your hand around the reel stem like that and your wrist on it so that it's nice and tightly. See what that's like for you. See if I've got that about. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? Hold it into your side. Pull against that. Pull against it. Cool. Straight. That's all right. Now, you haven't used one of these fixed spool reels before, have you?
No.
Well, they used to be called thread line reels because when you open the bail arm like that, the line peels off like this, okay? And then it's wound on by the bail arm. As soon as you turn the handle, that wraps the line around there nice and neatly like that, okay? Yeah. And if a fish wants to take line, it can because you've got a slipping clutch. Although it's called a fixed spool reel, this spool actually can move. It's like that, you see, by slackening off the drag knob, and you can have it tight. A lot of flies around here, aren't there? Mm. Now that's about right. You want it adjusted so that when a carp pulls, it can take line off, but not so slack that you can't wind in.
Right.
Okay? Right, let's see what you're like holding the rod with a fish on. Hold that 2 fingers either side of the stem like that, okay? And I'm going to pull this end and see what you like. Right, take up the strain, pull it. Now that's what it's like with a big fish on. I don't know. Stick the rod into your groin a little bit there. That's better. I think if you get a big one, and I hope you do, then that's going to be better. Whoa, not so hard. Right, now wind in a little bit. Keep winding. Go on, keep winding. Stop. All right. Okay. Right, let's put some bait on, shall we?
Right.
Here we are. Lovely. What should we try first? Cuba luncheon meat?
Yeah.
Well, I put those borlotti beans out there, but you fancy a Cuba luncheon meat, do you?
Yeah.
Start off with. Whoops, messed that one up. I'm going to eat that instead. Hang on. You might watch me, you know, because I'll get through an awful lot of luncheon meat in the course of the day. There we are, that's nice. Now, I'll tell you what, I'll whack this out there. Does not feel funny having a handle on the opposite side. I'm going to whack this out first of all. You see that line of lilies there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to flip it underhand like that. Just on the edge of the lilies. See it?
Yeah.
Right, now you put that in the rest. So the ring is up against the buzzer there, like that. Now wind the line in slowly. And watch the line. Whoa, whoa. See where the line's in the water? A little bit more. Whoa, that'll do you. Now you see your bobbin. Get hold of your bobbin. It's on the end of the line there, see? Right. Now just clip that halfway between the ring and your rod. And your reel, that's right, just like that. Clip it on. And then let it hang down. There we are. Now that's taking up the slack on the line. Okay? Go down a little bit more, perhaps. That's lovely. There you are. Now you're all set. All you got to do now is watch that, and when that goes up, whack, you're in. Okay? Sit back here a bit. That's it. And then you can remember the two fingers around there, arm on, and pull it back. Okay?
Right.
What do you think I ought to try? What I'm going to do, I'm going to put it out there on the edge of that lily bed there. That's lovely. Right, now my rig's slightly different to yours in that it's what we call a shot rig. It's got a heavy lead on it and it makes the carp run off with it when it picks the bait up because the hook link's so short, you see. Now then, also on mine I'm taking this anti-reverse off so that the fish can actually take line and the reel will revolve at the same time. It's what we call a churner, because sometimes they take this so fast they would snap the line if you didn't have the anti-reverse off, okay? Whereas yours anti-reverse is on so that when you strike the reel doesn't go backwards, you're just on your clutch straight away.
Right.
Okay? Ooh. Now this is the nice part, we can sit back and relax, but you've got to be a little bit careful with your bobbin there. As soon as that starts to go up positively, left hand on the rod and hit it hard.
Right.
Okay, and when we go and fish other spots around the lake, we'll have you casting then. It's a bit difficult for you to start casting with all this vegetation around here. It's a lovely day, isn't it? Eh? I suppose you're dying to see one of these carp on the bank, aren't you?
Yeah.
How big do you think they grow in here? How big? Go on. No, keep going. Bigger still. Honestly, you don't believe me, do you?
No.
They do. You'll see. You'll see.
What are those water lilies called in front of us?
These ones, that's the common yellow water lily. See all those lovely blue damselflies going all over them? And just beyond them, you've got little tiny fry. They're probably the fry of this year's roach and rudd.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll get you one of these little brandy tops out because this particular water lily seeds itself in a lovely way. We've got when the actual flower goes, you see, there's the end of the yellow flower and it leaves this beautiful brandy bottle. That's why it's called a brandy bottle. And inside there, if we open it up, we've got all the seeds. Oh, this is a tough one. There we are. See them there?
Yeah.
And so when that rots and sinks to the bottom, all the seeds get in the mud and a year later, lilies start again. But most of these, they actually come up from big thick tubers on the bottom. Of course, they spread with the seeds.
Big fish going across that.
Whereabouts?
Near the
What,
island.
that bow wave there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a carp. See, it's got its back out of the water. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Heading straight for my rod. Come on, you carp. Let's be having you. Well, I don't know. It's not exactly fast and furious, Ollie, is it?
No.
Did you think you were going to catch one quicker than this?
Yeah, probably.
I must admit I did, because there was a lot of fish feeding along there at first, but all we've had is these line bites. On another day we'd catch them one after another, so it's probably just as well you know your start is a little bit slow.
Yeah.
But what we can do, we'll have a little look around the old lake and on the other side of this one, see what's doing, shall we? See if we can find some fish moving.
Right.
Come on, wind your rod in there, just lift it up, give it a little flick, knock your bobbin off, that's it. Hold your 2 fingers round the stem there, like I showed you, arm on top of the rod, that's it. Now as the bomb comes over the lilies, just ease it up so you don't get caught on the lily. Now wind it, that's lovely. Whoops. Don't knock yourself out. That's it. Whoops. Hello, you've wound it too far. A lot of people do that when they first start. Give it to me and I'll show you what to do. There we are. What we do, put it in anti-reverse. Okay? And then you can just pull your line down until it comes down to you. You can just put that around the top ring like that. Anti-reverse on. There we are, in the rest. Nothing can get tangled up in it then. Okay. All right. Here we go. Well, Ollie, it's a pity this has gone a bit grim this way, hasn't it? I thought we were going to do better than that down there. Never mind. We'll have a bit of a walk around. See this?
Yeah.
It's that sheer banking of peat there. Well, that's actually what was lying all around this area 40 years ago before they dug these pits, and it was all banked up there so they could get down to the gravel. You'd never believe they roll gravel workings. It all grows up so quickly, doesn't it? Brambles, willow, herb, bracken, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. What's that then?
Is it a foxglove?
Yeah. You know your wildflowers. It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
You also get them white here. Actually, that's a dwarf one. They normally get much, much taller than that. And they're also in this lovely pink. Look at that speckled inside there, isn't it beautiful? Yeah. Hello. All right. What's that then?
Is it a frog?
No, that's a toad. You see, he's got that dark, warty skin.
Yeah.
Right, with a frog, he's much smoother, and he would have hopped away by now. We'll see if we can find a frog later on.
Right.
Okay? Come on, let's walk through. Now be very quiet here because this is very gravelly, and if you don't pick your feet up, you can scare the fish. Sometimes there's some fish right by the bridge here. There we are, look. Yeah, look. See, there's a bubbler just there. In fact, there's 2 or 3. Off that point where those sedges are, I think we might float fish there later on, see if we can catch one there. All right?
Right.
See all this line of alders here?
Yeah.
These little baby ones, they're self-seeded from the ones above us in the old lake. Steep through here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't want to fall down there, you go right Brahma. Do you like all these old trees here?
Yeah.
Lovely, aren't they?
Mm.
That's a bit steep here as well, so be careful as you walk through. Well, we haven't seen an awful lot moving in the edge there, have we?
Yeah.
I thought we might have done, actually. Never mind.
Is that egg broken?
What's got there? Oh, that's a mallard's egg. They see all this bracken behind us here. They nest through there, and the jays come along and peck the insides out. They suffer a lot, the old mallards, don't they? So what are we going to do? We're going to fish in this lake, or should we go over to the new one?
Let's go to the new lake.
All right then. Look, Ollie, there's young Bob the painter over there. How's it going, Bob?
Hello, John. Come and have a look. Got one of your favourites on here.
Have you?
Yeah. Is that young Ollie with you?
Yes. You like your watercolours, don't you?
Oh, I love them, John.
So you got a damsel flying there?
Yeah, there's been a lot of them around today when the sun was out. Very pretty, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, why have you got those reeds clipped on?
Oh, that's so I can see the texture of the leaf against the painting. Because although you can see the colour from there on the bank, you can't see all those ribbons, all those lovely lines in there. That's
Yeah, there's a lot more detail in there than you think, isn't there? How about putting a few carp in there, Bob?
Yeah, you go and catch them, John, and I'll put them in. I haven't had that one out of there for ages. That's why I paint.
That's a challenge. Come on, Ollie, let's go for it. See you later.
Good luck, John. Bye, Ollie.
Bye.
Well, here we are, Ollie. You can see we've come in the old lake now. See how different it is with all these lovely big mature trees. And of course, the water's much, much deeper too. That's why we've got this marginal shelf of lilies here.
Yeah.
See there, the dwarf pond lily. Let's get some out and show you. They're like the other lilies we saw. There's strings and strings of this. So you've got lovely little yellow flowers, and they seed with those flowers afterwards, like that other brandy bottle we saw. And they also multiply by rotting off, and that snaps off and that snaps off. And you see that little plantlet like that just floats away somewhere and settles, and there's another one. There's probably about 20 different plantlets on this one stem alone. It doesn't matter breaking those off because there's loads of it here. And it's lovely because it forms a very thick marginal cover. And although the fish are in the deep water, they come up and feed on the edge of this, okay? Yeah. Which is why we can fish so close, but we've still got to be quiet. I've got you a bean on. We've got our normal light lift method float rig, okay? I'm just going to plonk it out a little bit out there. Now, where I've cast it, it's deeper, and you'll see the float almost disappear. You watch. See? Now we'll bring it back up to where the gravel bar is, and then it'll come up a little bit more. See that stay there? Now hold that like that. Just put it down there like that. Okay, leave it on your knee. You see the floats cocked now nicely. That means we're just on the ledge. You've got the deep water and that comes up, and we're on the ledge, and this weed just grows over it. You've got a bite there. Hang on a second. Yes, you're in. Wind, quick. Oh, oh, that was quick, Ollie. Now, careful. This is a good... No, leave it. That's a good fish. Look at that. You know, you're good at this, aren't you? Don't touch it. That's a good fish. It's just going and going and going. Whoa. Let it go right down into the middle of the lake. If you start to play it here, you'll lose it amongst all these. Look at that. Right, now, wind down. Gently as you pull the rod, put the rod down and wind and wind. Now, whoa, stop. Ease the rod back, pump it up. See all the bubbles come up there? Well, it's banging into the bottom. Whoa, that's going again. Oh no, that hasn't come off. Oh, Wally.
Bit the hook off.
No, it hasn't got teeth. That can't do that. Oh, isn't that a shame? Come on, let's have another go. I'll tell you what, that was a biggie. That was a biggie. You know that, don't you? Right, let's see what's happened. Do you find it much more comfortable here, this side of the tree, Ollie?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind's not so bad. Look at that damselfly sitting on the top of your float. You don't think it thinks it's a female damselfly, do you?
No.
Well, oh, you had a little tiny twitch then. See that? Little tiny touch. Now, if that float dips below, you could hit that. That might have been a line bite, but there's one or two bubbles. That could have been a bite then. Now, careful. Careful. You see the bubbles beyond it?
Yeah.
You've got a fish moving there. It's funny, you get lots of creatures land on floats. Sometimes when I'm fishing floating baits for carp, and I use these little controllers, the carp come and suck the underneath of the float, and they completely ignore the bait. It's good. It just shows you a natural piece of quill in the water. Everything thinks that it should be there, and its presence isn't making them associate it with danger, and so therefore you can't be fishing any more naturally than float fishing, really. Hello, Ollie. I think you're going to get a... Yeah, hit it! Come on, wind. 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 Now you've got a good fish on there. Be very careful. Careful. When it wants to take line, let it have line. Wind a little bit more. Come on, Ollie. Oh, no, now it's taking line. Can you hear that? The clutch going there. Lift your rod up. Keep your rod up. That's lovely. Pump it. Now pull your rod down as you wind. Let your rod go down as you wind. That's lovely. Now that's a good fish. That's a heavy fish. Careful, careful. If it wants to run, don't wind if it wants to run, all right? Is there a lot of strain there? See, look, the clutch is moving. No, don't wind whilst it's taking line. You're okay. I think you've hit a very big fish there. Be very, very careful. Oh, yes, it is a good one. Looks like a mirror. Right, pump it gently upwards. The rod. Now wind as you lower the rod. No, your clutch is going. You can't do that. Does it feel heavy? Huh?
Yeah.
You've got flies all over you. Right, now be careful. Wind a little bit and lower your rod down. Lower your rod down. That's it. That'll do. Easy. Oh no, it's not having any, is it? That's a good fish. It's taking that line. Woo! Oh, that is a good one. Wind, quick, wind. Kick that. No, no, no. Stop. I'm so. It's so difficult to try and tell you what to do here because I can't feel it. Wind a little bit now. Come on. Lower your rod. Lower your rod. Whoa, that'll do you. And it's boring under these sedges here. Just let it bore away because you won't be able to do anything with that for a while. Right, hold on tightly when I get hold of the net. Oh. We'll pull this out. Where is it now? We'll put the net in the water there for when you're ready, okay? Keep your rod up, keep your rod up. Where is it now? Ollie? Oh, that's a good fish. That's not ready yet. Does that feel powerful?
Yeah. Very powerful.
Right, get it on the surface now. Lift. No, it's not having any, is it? Near the surface. No, he's going to the left now. Angle your rod this way. Put some side strain on it. Is he coming back again? Yeah. Hold your rod up right now. Oh, that is a good fish. Ollie, I think you've got a double for your first carp, believe it or not. Just hold him there like that and we'll net him. Bring him to me now. Ease him steadily. Ease the rod back steadily, quickly. Whoa! Whoa, we got him. Well done. That wasn't easy, was it?
No.
Hey? Let's have a look. Sit back a bit and we'll put him on this nice grassy bit here and have a look at him. Lift your rod up. That's better. Oh, that's a whopper. Look at that. Do you know, I do believe you've got a double figure carp there for your first one. There's a lot of people... Oh, we're still lively as well. There's a lot of people that'd like a fish like that for their first one. Look at the size of his mouth. It's enormous, isn't it? There's your hook. Where's your hook? There, just in... Whoops, in the side there. Isn't he lovely? Hey, you feel his body. Silky smooth. That's what we call a mirror carp. There's one or two scales on him, but most of it's scaleless. Isn't he lovely?
Yeah.
Well, you hold him steady and I'll get the hook out with the forceps. Alright? Hold him steady. There, that's just there like that. Do you want to hold him? Put your finger, thumb in his mouth like that. Alright? Whoops, hang on. And then cradle him. No, put your left arm underneath him. No, the other way around, underneath him. That's better. It's big, isn't he? Whew. What about that for Ollie's first carp then? I don't know. Beginner's luck. Should we put that down too?